spend without thinking. It's ugly.
Did you rack up $73,000 worth of debt in 5 years?
That was pretty shocking.
It's ridiculous. This is my money that I'm just throwing out.
Tell him the truth. Tell him the truth.
Money, 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 money.
I'm Sharon and I'm 34. I work for a real estate company. I do the books, I answer the phones. I find it easier taking care of other people's money than I do my own.
My name's Rob and I'm 35. I work in shipping and receiving.
I have 2 children. Aaron is 10.
And Annalise just turned 3. My brother Steve moved in October.
It's just a small home and there's a lot of bodies. I spend a lot of money on the animal rescue. It's my passion.
I try and bear with it as much as I can. One of the dogs we had just ruined all our carpeting upstairs.
And a new runner for the front door. The dog chewed the front runner. The money you put into the dog, you're not getting back. Whatever it is, we pay it.
We just aren't on the same page when it comes to the finances.
I do a lot of foolish things with money. I see something and I have to have it. This one's cute. Yeah. Oh, the wallet's cute too, actually. It is cash, it is credit card, it is debit. Doesn't matter to me. My credit cards are maxed, absolutely maxed. Thanks very much. There you go, you're welcome. Bills are the least of my worries.
She just doesn't care about it as much as I do or something.
Apparently I need assistance.
Collection calls are part of our daily routine now.
At home we have call display. At work, I lie.
We've just become stuck in a rut.
We've had our hydro cut off. We've had our phones cut off. I can handle all that. We have been on the brink of losing our home before to barely come back to saving it. And that is my greatest fear.
Gail, please give us a game plan. Show us to move forward so we're not constantly living paycheck to paycheck.
This month, I'll help this couple move from red to black. I've been solving money problems for over 20 years, tackling everything from high finance to low income. I help people understand money and debt, which is still a huge mystery for most folks. And it's the #1 reason couples split up. So now I'm making house calls. Rob and Sharon are hiding from their creditors and hiding the truth about their spending from each other. They're barely keeping their heads above water. Sharon and Rob are big secret keepers. I hate secrets. We're about to blow them out of the water. Gail Vaz-Oxlade, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Rob.
I'm Sharon, nice to meet you.
The first thing I'd like to do is just drop my bag and have a quick look around. You're one of the few people that I've walked into and you don't have a big screen TV. Are you hiding it somewhere?
We have a bigger one in the bedroom.
Upstairs, but not a big screen.
Did you guys install this special fencing for the dogs?
Yeah, we had to save our grass.
So here are all the takeout menus.
I'm not much of a person who cooks.
Oh, and look at all the bills. Now, having them in full view, does that mean you pay them on time? Oh, this looks like house taxes. Better get that paid before they take your house away. Okay, I found the other TV.
It's a little bigger.
Half and half. Your son has a beautiful room. The princess has a beautiful room too. You don't have a lot of stuff. So where's the frickin' money going? There are 3 issues we're gonna have to deal with this month, okay?
Okay.
The first is that your income and your expenses are out of whack. They are way out of whack. Hello? Big awakening. Mm-hmm. The second thing is that your debt is at such a level now that you're lucky I got here just in time. Mm-hmm. If you had waited another year, I guarantee you'd lose the house. Mm. And the third thing is the secret keeping stuff. That has got to stop. How much do you think she spends a month on the animal rescue? Pick a number.
I wouldn't think that much.
Tell them the truth.
Maybe 600.
Coming out of our pocket?
Yeah.
I was in shock just because Sharon obviously knows the situation we're in. To be spending that kind of money on animals was a little bit hard to hear.
Okay.
That's shocking, yeah.
How much do you think his brother's paying for rent downstairs?
I thought it was 150.
Okay, stop.
Yeah.
Tell her what he's actually paying.
Well, it's $320 for the month, but that's...
How can you not know this? Who's watching the money?
We don't watch money.
Well, things are about to change.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you people really rack up $73,000 worth of debt in 5 years?
For $73,000, we just have nothing really to show for it, just a lot of debt.
Who pays 18% on a car loan?
Being told that I wasn't going to be financed if I didn't pay.
And then here we have credit cards at 22%. Are you stupid? Your current payments are just over $1,100 a month, and that's not paying everybody back. That's 8 people you aren't paying back. How can you live like this?
Yeah.
I want to show you something, okay? So on May the 1st, you had 3 NSF fees of $35 each.
Yep.
Then on May 4th, you did it again. There's another $70. And then on the 22nd, we have 2 more NSF fees. On May the 2nd, you went to the banking machine twice, and then ABM fees on the 8th, the 8th, the 14th, the 14th, the 17th, the 17th, just because you wouldn't go to your own bank.
Right.
Lazy. You know, when you add all this stuff up, it's costing you over $300 a month
Ouch.
for bank fees.
That's insane.
Wow.
Which brings us to screen 3. Your housing costs are about 37% of your income. Should be about 35%, and that's your mortgage, your taxes, your heat, your maintenance. Your transportation costs are way out of whack.
Oh, yeah.
You're spending 28% of your income on transportation.
Yes.
You should only be spending 15. Is your car a loan or is it a lease?
My car is a lease.
So I want you to walk it back to the leasing company, and I want you to say to them, I will go bankrupt. You either lower my financing costs or you send me over the edge.
Okay.
18% is outrageous.
Okay.
Okay? Look at what we're spending on life. That's 77% of your income on everything from clothing to food to entertainment to animal rescue. And believe it or not, you're only averaging $260
Wow.
in debt repayments a month, and you're in total denial about your debt because you're just ignoring it. Guess how much you're overspending by?
How much?
$2,300 each and every month.
I thought we were overspending.
And if you keep it up and you compound that overspending every month, in 5 years, you'll be over $500,000 in debt. They'll be taking your paychecks in no time at all. You're going to have to promise me that no matter what I ask you to do over the next few weeks, you will do it.
I promise.
Yeah, I promise as well. Yeah.
I'm going to give you 3 challenges to do. You do the 3 challenges to my satisfaction. I'll give you up to $5,000 to help take care of this problem.
Okay.
Okay? Don't do the challenges, you don't get the money.
Right.
Over the next month, we're going to get your income and expenses in line. We're going to get you on a debt repayment plan that will actually work. We're going to stop you lying to each other.
Right.
Okay?
That's great news.
You're also going to learn to live on cash. So since you're going to be living on cash, the very next thing you need to do is go get me your credit cards and your debit cards because you're not going to need them anymore. Coming up, I have some very bad news for you, Sharon.
Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money.
Rob and Sharon have been keeping secrets about their spending for their 5 years of marriage. Now they're in serious financial trouble. Did you rack up $73,000 worth of debt in 5 years?
Spend, spend, spend. And then regret, regret, regret.
The cycle of spending and regrets is taking a toll on their marriage.
We just aren't on the same page when it comes to the finances.
It's not a good feeling.
For the next month, this couple will learn to live on a strict cash budget. No more credit cards. They'll complete weekly challenges to tackle their money and relationship issues. And if they're willing to change, I'll reward them with thousands of dollars. No changes, no money. So you only have 1 card?
You like that? That's coming too.
Although you're going to be living on cash, going to be living on a very strict budget. When I calculate a family's weekly budget, I start with their monthly net income, then deduct their fixed expenses, debt repayment, and savings. I take whatever's left over for the variable expenses, and that's what gets distributed between the 5 jars. Sometimes it's a tight budget, but the bottom line is you can't spend more money than you make. I'm actually cutting your variable expenses by 65%.
Okay.
You were spending about $2,900, and now you'll have $1,000 a month. You got to make it last. You will have $100 a week for food. And if you try and eat out, that's not going to last you past Wednesday. You will have $85 a week for transportation. You will have $18.75 for clothing and gifts.
Okay.
You will have $25 a week for entertainment. And you will have $28.50 a week for other, that includes medical, dental, pets. You have to write it down, and that's why you have the budget binder. So I have some very bad news for you. Your animal rescue has to go. You can't do it and take care of your home problems at the same time.
Okay. It was an eye-opener for me too, to realize that my priorities are wrong.
I still can't make your budget balance, and I want to show you why. Red, because you're in debt. The first thing I want you to write up here is housing, 37%. Then I want you to write transportation, 34%. And then I want you to write debt, 24%. Add them up.
95%.
You haven't paid your cable yet.
No.
You haven't bought any food. Your first challenge this week is a budget booster challenge. So Sharon's not managing the money anymore. Rob's managing the money.
Okay.
That's part 1. Part 2, you have to make more money.
Okay.
You have to find a way to bring in an extra $700 a month each, because if you don't make that extra $1,400 a month, there's no way to make this budget work.
I was concerned about bringing in $700. I do have a couple of options, one being some data entry, the other a couple of extra hours at work a week. Sharon speaking. Shush! Shush! I've been held back from making that money due to the rescue. Go on. I felt at first absolutely upset, horrified, really. And now, since a few days have passed, I feel like a weight has lifted.
Rob is holding up his end of the challenge by taking on extra shifts at work. He's also taken control of the family finances.
He's become very annoying. He talks about it 24/7.
Our gas bill, I didn't realize that we owed so much on it. It's probably about $300 more than I thought it was. If we don't stick to the plan that Gail's laying out for us, I'm afraid what'll happen to us financially. Yeah, it'd be nice to file some of these in the paid.
Coming up, will my next challenge push Rob and Sharon to the breaking point?
I'm barely surviving this one. I can't wait for this challenge to be over. I hate it.
Money, 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 money. Money, 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 money.
Sharon is a bookkeeper who can't manage her own money.
I make impulse purchases. It makes Rob crazy. Absolutely makes him crazy.
Her husband Rob feels like he's doing it all alone.
I wish Sharon would be more concerned about our financial situation.
I told Sharon to quit the volunteer dog rescue that costs her time and money,
Absolutely upset, horrified, really.
and got both of them making more cash. If they succeed, they'll be on track to make $5,000 to help them pay down their debt. So how did you actually do with the challenge? Have you found a way to make that extra money?
Well, for me, I have spoken with many people in my office who's looking for someone to do some part-time data entry.
Okay.
So, absolutely.
Good.
Yeah,
And you worked an extra shift, right?
Yeah, I can work overtime.
Okay, so it sounds like everything went really well.
it absolutely did.
Are you ready for your second challenge?
Yeah.
Did you have a clue if I told you this was your debt reduction challenge? Most people have no idea how much stress their debt puts on them. They have no idea the weight of the debt. This is a representation of your debt.
Of my debt.
It's full of pennies. You have to wear it all the time.
Yeah. Because I think in Gail's mind, she knows at the end of the week when we're able to take that off, that's exactly what we're going to feel when we've stuck to our goals. Then, we're on top of our debt.
I think it's just gonna be a pain. People at work are making fun of me. Absolutely no cheering me on. It's strictly, haha, sucker. I'm barely surviving this one. Gail, it's working. Rob is loving this particular challenge.
Week one of the team. Whoops.
Oh,
Because it's practically Sharon's home away from home, the mall is the perfect place for our next visit. You were such a brave boy.
Yeah.
Did you end up carrying this around even when you separated your shoulder?
Yeah.
What did it feel like when you took it off?
A great wave of relief, completely appreciating why we were doing this.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you definitely get the point of the challenge.
Yeah, he loved it. I hated every second
I loved
of it.
Do you know that one of the things that contributed to you getting into debt was the fact that you keep secrets?
Yes.
And so this week's challenge is your relationship rescue challenge. We're not keeping secrets anymore. So the first thing I'd like you to do is I would like you to come up with one secret each that you want to tell the other person.
Okay.
So the first thing I'd like you to do is I would like you to take a walk and to come up with one secret each. It's time to come clean. But here's the thing. It's not enough to share the secrets with me.
Oh my God, okay.
So ladies and gentlemen, when you keep secrets, you bugger up your relationships and you screw up your money. So Sharon is gonna tell Rob her big secret, and then Rob's gonna tell Sharon his big secret. Go.
Hi, everyone. Remember when I went to Hawaii and I came back with all those great things?
Yeah.
And I said how cheap they all were? I lied. They were 3 times more than I said.
Oh, yeah. What Sharon told me today was definitely a surprise. I had no idea.
You go stand there.
Okay.
You're very brave.
Oh, that was awful.
Get over here, Rob.
All right. Okay. They secretly blame you for my lack of commitment to going to the gym and kung fu. But I always feel like you come up with excuses why you got something planned to do that night, so I can't go to my training.
This challenge hurt. It was harder for me to hear it. Definitely easier to tell it. It was not fun to admit things that you never thought you'd have to admit. It was not fun to admit them publicly.
There is a nugget of truth in everything someone says. Your responsibility is to listen to what he says and look at yourself, because you may not be able to see it.
I know for her, she just doesn't want to deal with it, so that's why she keeps everything a secret. So hopefully there will be no more secrets after today.
Coming up,
Get out!
money, 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 money. Money, 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 money.
Rob and Sharon were good at keeping busy and keeping silent about their spending.
And I don't know if it's better to keep it from him. It's easier.
You're overspending by $2,300 every month.
How can you not know this? I put them on a strict cash budget and got them making more money to pay off their debt.
I'm nervous. Will I be able to stick with it?
I challenged them to break the habit of keeping secrets from each other, and it hit them hard. Have they done enough to earn $5,000 to pay down their debt? You were so despondent when I got here, Rob.
Before, we were clueless. I just figured that was going to be our life. Biggest thing I'm going to take away from this last month is that you can't ignore your debt, that you have to pay attention to it. It's not something you can put on the back burner and it's just going to go away itself.
When I got here, you were overspending $2,300 a month. And you were headed towards $500,000 worth of debt. We've set aside $1,450 a month in your budget for debt repayment. And if you do that, all your consumer debt will be repaid in 2 years.
Yay!
Gets better.
Okay.
Put aside $100 a month for emergencies and $100 a month for long-term savings. If when your debt is paid off, you boost your long-term savings to $500 a month, by the time you're ready to retire, you'll have $700,000. So this month, we got you on a budget that will work. We got you in a debt repayment plan that will get you out of the hole. And we got you sharing your secrets and working together.
That was painful
Well,
too.
that's a huge thing for us.
So I have something for you. This isn't always my favorite part. Sometimes people are disappointed, but not today. Take it! Because you were really good sports. I have for you a week away with the kids during March break.
Get out.
Go and have a great time on me. Okay?
Gail believed in us, and you want to succeed. It makes you feel really good and really worthwhile.
Breathtaking, yeah. It's one of those things too, like, why wouldn't you want to? Gail's an outsider to her family, and she wants to succeed so badly, so why wouldn't we want that for ourselves?
I like you!